Hey Scorpio, happy birthday season. This is Esoteric Tales and Tarot, and I'm just a minute until midnight heading into Halloween. So, perfect time to do your reading, and of course, yours will be the first one uploaded because it's your birthday season, and it just so happens to be my birthday. It was a couple of days ago, and let's get straight into it. I've been scrying with my crystal ball, and then I'm going to do, of course, a tarot and oracle card. Couple of messages for you from that for this month of November. So stay with me and let's see what we've got, Scorpio. Now, what I was getting before was obviously it's your birthday season, but I was also getting forecast. So that came up and I was hearing it like an unexpected. What was weird? Hi Scorpio, I've had to edit this little bit in because I was doing your reading last night, and as soon as I got to the part with the crystal ball scrying, the audio got gremlins and went very funny. I thought it was to do with me shuffling the cards in a later section of the video where a card flew off the table, but it actually was before that. As soon as I was interacting with the crystal ball, I just had the gremlins come in, but I have noted down what I was getting, and then I'm going to do a bit more scrying, and I'll edit this slice in so that you can sort of see the flow, because I'm referring to what fortunately I write down what I'm getting in the scrying, apart from the last little bit. And you'll see that when I'm pulling the tarot cards, I'm referring to that video that had the bad editing. It was really interesting noises that came through it, actually. What happened at that point in time, I was talking about the weather forecast and it being unexpected. And when I said unexpected, it crackles and disappears. The thing that happened at that point in time, outside there was this really odd sort of gale force wind that came through, and there was a sudden sort of storm outside the window, and that wasn't forecast. And I was seeing that as actually to do with a journey yourself or somebody arriving. And how I was seeing it is it was something that wasn't forecast, something that wasn't known, and suddenly you're required to take this trip, or to have this person just sort of shows up to visit. And it was saying that I was seeing it as being related to the weather, like that it kind of blows in, and it could be a bit stormy in a way where you don't really, it's a bit of upheaval. And I wasn't seeing it totally negatively, but like you weren't sure what to expect. And it could be that somebody suddenly put something in the calendar and you're like, gosh, I have to go to this. And I didn't think that anything like this was coming up, and, I'm obligated to go, I'm family, or it's along those kinds of lines. And you're just not too sure what you're supposed to pack or bring. So that's kind of one scenario. I was also seeing it as somebody sort of showing up, looking for like, oh, I've come to visit, and you're thinking, gosh, do I need to offer them a place to stay, or what's involved here. And also another scenario of you maybe having to go somewhere to an unexpected trip, and you literally don't know what to take, what to wear, what the weather, that kind of thing as well. So that was all what was coming up in part of the scrying. Of course, I got birthday sort of energy too, but with that I got to be careful with your communication. It's funny because when I was scrying outside, I had a problem with my throat chakra, and as I was doing your reading at exactly the point where I was scrying, you can hear it in the video a little bit too. My voice went completely, I was really needing to cough like there was a frog in my throat, and I'm sort of getting that feeling again now, like just a bit restricted, and I'm feeling like that's communication. What I was seeing was that it was a caution, because I saw in my crystal ball, I saw somebody writing a text message, and then they quickly pull the phone away, and for some reason, it was symbolic. So this may literally happen where somebody's texting and then you're walking in the room and somebody pulls their phone away quickly or whatever, and you think, what was that? And you get kind of suspicious. And just be careful, Scorpio, because I feel like you've got the message that I got through the crystal ball was bull by the horn. And I feel as though you might have got the wrong interpretation, or wrong piece of information. And it could be that you've seen something written, or people are chatting when you walk into a room and then they suddenly stop talking and you've gotten cross about it, and you might do a sharp communication regarding this sort of moment that you see or feel or sense. And I'm feeling like with this bull by the horn that maybe it could be even something like with your birthday coming up, or with your birthday now, that somebody's trying to organize a present or organizing something or a surprise, and that might be what it's related to. And you're going to take it as, even so far as you thinking that somebody's either doing something behind your back, and it just, bull by the horn keeps coming up. So it's just a caution there to maybe relax and be careful with your communication, and just, something might be happening that you can't see the full picture of. I also had a feeling of gratitude that we have to remember to be grateful at this time, because being Scorpio is the death and rebirth, and it is our solar return. I just feel like it has been like being in a washing machine. Scorpios are very, they're always on the spin cycle, like we're up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's just to remember all of our blessings as well. That was what I was seeing, was there was just like a golden kind of light coming through the crystal ball. It's just a reminder that even in all the turmoil, to count your blessings. The other thing that I saw really clearly was a dog, but it looked like a wolf to me, like those kind of wolf. It may be just that somebody has a dog that looks like a wolf, one of those types of breeds. So it could be sort of a husky or a Malamute or similar to that. That might be somebody who's listening in. Or I saw it really did look to me like a wolf. And I said at the time in that edit that we should, Scorpios should look up what the meaning of a spirit animal of wolf is. So I've actually, now that we're, not in real time, we're in delayed time, I can tell you what that is. So as a spirit animal, the wolf symbolizes an intriguing mix of power, loyalty, guardianship, teamwork, and wildness. Many cultures traditionally value the wolf as a powerful guiding force. Wolves are extremely intuitive and have an almost supernatural instinct that can detect dangerous situations. And that's quite interesting, because later on in the reading you'll see that we've got the card that comes out in the Oracle card is a protection card. So, harness the energy of the wolf. Obviously there's strange things going on. Don't forget to do your energetic hygiene. So don't forget to put protection around yourself, say your little prayers, or do whatever you do when you step outside the house, just to cleanse your energy. And also when you're coming back home, make sure that you've got that, lovely bouncy feeling when you're coming into your house, and that you've got a clean energy coming home to your place of rest. So that was what I saw, and I think I'll just have a quick look just to see if there's any other messages that are coming up, because we're now not days, we're in the same day but hours later, and I just want to check to see whether I'm getting anything else for you. I'm seeing constellation in here, and it looks like the shape of the one for the Aries, the ram. I think that you've got something very solid coming up around that season for Aries, or I haven't done the Aries reading yet. Perhaps listen to the Aries reading as well. It could have a relationship when I've done that one to you. It could be a timing thing as well. I feel like there's a lot of change even today. So after the turbulent night that I had recording this, and I recorded 3. This is the 4th recording now for this video edit. And I've had a really big day today, Scorpio, with lots of things on the horizon, lots of change. So Aries could be significant to us in that season, or an Aries person could be of significance to you. But I will leave it there and move into letting you watch the rest of the reading, because there was plenty of messages to do with what I was receiving in the scrying, and I'm pretty sure I have covered all of it off for you. So thank you very much, Scorpio, for putting up with the little edits. There'll be some glitches in the reading there. I am going to be using, I'm not sure whether I've covered this off, but I don't think I have now with the editing. I'll be using the Deborah Blake Everyday Witch Tarot art by Elisabeth Alba in the main reading, which is this one here. I'm going to be doing the, when I pull a couple of cards from this deck, and then I clarify using the Sun and Moon Tarot deck by Vanessa Decort. This one I have just done a unboxing because it's a new deck. I'm loving using it. So that's also on my channel. You can check that one out. And I have a lovely message from this beautiful Art Through the Starstream Oracle deck, paintings and text by Cheryl Vambrach Rose, and this is just one of my absolute favorite decks, and I've been looking forward to using it on my channel. So that's all coming up. Thank you very much for your patience and for your support and for subscribing, Scorpios, and for following along. So if you've watched this video and there was bits missing, I hope this one's come up and you've been able to find it to fill in the blanks. Maybe that's another message for us. Fill in the blanks. Fill in the blanks, Scorpio. Yes, thank you very much, and hopefully it's smooth sailing from here, Scorpios. Hey Scorpio, I'm just saging the Gremlins out. I just finished your video and went to upload it and then had to redo it again. Let's start over again. You know, always interesting with Scorpio. Like I said, there's a crazy storm blew in just actually as Halloween came. So it doesn't surprise me that things have gone a bit haywire in the tech thing. So hopefully the audio is okay, because what happened is when I was shuffling the clarifying cards, you'll see it in the little video clip, one of the cards flew off the table. And when I've bent down to collect it from that point on, the audio had really serious crackles in it. I'm really hoping that it doesn't affect you in that way when you're listening through. So I'll check it again before I upload it. But it's unfortunate, but I know the messages, so carry on. Redo. Perhaps there's something I've missed that I needed to. There's never any mistakes with this. So we've got an interesting set of cards here. We have some of the major arcanas that we've got. We've got the Devil, we've got the Magician, and we have the High Priestess and the Hanged Man that have come through. And I got a couple of extra clarifier cards that jumped out as well this month. So you have bottom of the deck, the Seven of Swords, and the Abundance, the Three of Cups for the bottom of the decks. There's some really nice energy in here, Scorpio. There's a couple of little warnings, which is always in these readings as well. And I think, forewarned is forearmed. So it's always good to hear those messages anyway. I'm going to start up here with the Devil card, which I think is really interesting because, Halloween, and doesn't this look like, he almost looks like he's in a Halloween costume here, the Devil. Straight away, I'm drawn to this bag of money here, the coins, and was talking about that miser card energy coming in for you, Scorpio, and that, you have that feeling of lack that's been coming in with abundance and with money. So this is really, with the Devil card, a bit of a warning really on that, because Devil card is about obsessions and, addictions and things like that. So don't be addicted to spending as well. Spend wisely at the moment, especially at the start of this season, so the start of November. But also don't become addicted to the idea of money and be thinking about it all the time. That's more in the sense that I got this card. So don't be ruminating and worrying about money and how it's going to come in, because you could be unconsciously putting in a block. And, that's this sort of deceptive energy of, it actually ends up being positive abundance energy can be turned into negative, obsession energy that blocks it from coming in. The reason why I think the Devil card is a nice card for you this month is that it's clarified with the King of Pentacles, and of course this being a Capricorn card, this could easily be a Capricorn. For you singles, Scorpios, maybe look out for a Capricorn that's coming into your life. Of course, the King of Pentacles is the wonderful, husband or caretaker or home, that kind of energy of having enough. Of course, it doesn't always mean, husband could be wife, masculine, feminine doesn't really exist with tarot, but it's that kind of energy that it's somebody who can, a provider that's coming in. And it's also, and I had a double jump out with this one. So Dominion, Two of Wands. And with the word, dominion that goes with this card, I was actually thinking, well, this looks like a sort of like a bushfire here that's coming along the ground, like a wildfire, and like he's sort of felt as though he was trying to in control of having dominion over the nature, mastering something. That was what I was feeling with this card. And I was kind of getting, well, you've got this Two of Wands and King of Pentacles coming together, and I thought, yeah, it's kind of that feeling of your wealth, of starting to master something, to gain control over it. But just be careful not to become obsessed with that energy. The other little warning that came in with this is because the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords, and that can be this sort of trickster person that might be, stealing away. Could be somebody who's looking at what you have and thinking, oh, I wouldn't mind that kind of energy, or somebody that could be blocking your abundance as well. That could be something to do with the hold up. So I'll get to that of where your money might be, coming later. The blocks are removed. So just be careful if you've got money sitting around. He's got a bag that he's flashing around here. So I just sort of had a little warning there of be careful, because somebody might be eyeing off your things. At this time when there's presents being given out and things for Scorpios, just be careful where you're, if you've got money hanging out of your wallet, tuck it back in your wallet. Money sitting out of your purse, maybe don't leave your things just out in the open, tempting others. That's just something that I got from that card as well. Underneath the Seven of Swords, you have the Six of Cups as well, like a past kind of energy coming back in. So the other thing with that is, when I was scrying with the crystal ball, I got that unscheduled trip or that person coming to visit. So just check as well with your boundaries as well, that the person might be somebody from your past. Could be a past lover, could be somebody who was a friend in the past, and you're not quite sure of what their what their intentions are, and just be careful to watch after them and see, give yourself some time to see what they're all about. It might be a Sagittarius, because I've got the Temperance card underneath that past person. So if they're coming back and saying something to you, just, give it a little while to see, what the truth of that story is, because I just feel as though it's coming underneath this Seven of Swords. Next, you've got speaking of sevens, you've got another seven here, 7 and 7. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles, which is an absolutely lovely card, really in line with what I was getting through the crystal ball as well. So you're really working on your craft here. This is your harvest, you're building, you're growing. You've got this really cute little message here with a pet or a cat here, even admiring your own work here. So it's like you're putting in the effort, it's growing, bearing fruit. You look as though you're starting to enjoy it, like you're getting in your flow. You feel as though the book's closed here. You don't even need the knowledge open. It's like you actually know what you're doing at this point. You've got a glass of wine here, so you kind of, you're starting to enjoy the fruits of your labor. I thought that was really lovely, because that one was clarified with the Magician and also clarified by the High Priestess. So in this one, you have everything that you need available to you, Scorpio. So, you have all of the tools to be able to pull this off, and you've got a bit of magic about you. So I really do feel as though what you're working on, you're going to find the extra little bits and pieces that you need to make something really unique. Don't forget, Scorpio, that we're natural psychics. We have a bit of the kooky in us. So you're going to be able to use this High Priestess energy to actually help you along with this project, this new, perhaps it's a new occupation, it's something, a hobby, maybe it's an art piece that you're building or creating, or you're developing, you're an architect or something, designing. It could be anything like that. Use that kooky High Priestess psychic energy to come up with ideas to put towards your projects and to put towards your new practices. Go into meditations and burn your candles and do all of your little rituals to see what you come up with, because I think you're going to come up with something really unique, which is why here I'm drawn to this cat admiring something, that's quite sort of special. We, of course, follow the sevens with an 8. So I've got the 8 of Wands here, and this just looks to me like that Dorothy card. Looks like the tornado here. That looks like the storm that just came through, blew everything about. So this is a communication card, and I feel like maybe something through the internet. I'm just hearing as well airwaves. So that could be radio. You could be listening to songs and music. Could be reminding you of someone that maybe it's an ex, because I just saw that too. And maybe it's somebody who you're going to contact, or they might be contacting you. So, this could be that trip as well that I was talking about, that is unforecast, unscheduled. Dorothy went on a very unscheduled, unforecast trip that she went on in The Wizard of Oz. She was suddenly transported to somewhere else, and she didn't have all the tools that she needed. And that's why I feel that the clarifying card of the Hangman comes into this, because when I was looking at it, I thought, this feels like it's turned someone topsy-turvy. It's almost like this tornado feeling of, I've been spun upside down now, and now I've been, now I'm stuck on the tree, like sucked up and dumped down. And I thought it was quite cute, because you've got the exact same looking little growth leaves that are on these, same as these wands here. And that's just a really interesting coincidence here. And as you know, Scorpio, there's no such thing as coincidences. And I was feeling a very earthy energy coming from this, maybe a Taurus or something to do with this as well. Could be a Capricorn too, that's just coming into my mind. But I just feel as though, again, if it's this person that's coming in, then just wait and see, just stay in that suspended position, until you see what they're talking about, why they've arrived and what their agenda is, because you just need to be able to put in those boundaries because you're not quite sure of what you're dealing with. This feels a bit of a, doesn't feel bad to me, the energy, but it feels like it's a bit out of control in a way, like you've suddenly been called to go to something. It's like a trip or an event, something where you have to travel a bit of distance, and it was, you know, you're not too sure whether you've got the right things packed or who this person is that's coming. Oh, what am I going to need? Do they need a spare room? Do they need me to, you know, ferry them around somewhere? What's the expectations? You don't have all the information. That's what I'm feeling about this card. And that's probably midway through, you know, it's coming up, Scorpio, is what I would say about it. Following that, you have a beautiful card. You have the 10 of Pentacles. Always love to see this card coming through, and it couldn't be clarified by a better card because we've got it with the Victory card, the 6 of Wands. So, of course, 10 of Pentacles is your abundance card. It's here. All of that work that you put in back here, you've come from a 7 and you've smashed it through to become a 10. So you've got your happy home life here. You've got the big mansion in the background. You know, you've got all your food around you. You've got money, happy family here, kids, dogs, cats, the works. Everyone's looking very happy with the results. You know, fire on in the background. It's all happening. So I feel as though, you know, this is coming. Maybe it's in the Capricorn season. So maybe you're waiting a little while. Maybe it's sort of from now up until that end of December, start of January, that new year kind of feeling. You'll have victory over this 6 of Wands. So maybe you're hearing some news shortly about how to come to this, how to get your abundance, or how it's going to come through. Because I just felt as though this is sort of, you're going to have a whiff of it almost, but it won't be quite there yet. But you'll know that the victory is coming by the end of our season. You'll know, hey, hang on, I've got something coming. A victory's on its way. I'm going to get my 10 of Pentacles. And I thought it was interesting because the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, that was actually clarified by abundance, the 3 of Cups, which made me think, very interesting that we have those two together, because I thought, well, perhaps you're getting away with something, you know, maybe you're getting some abundance out of this, you know, perhaps something has happened where, like a plot twist, you know, somebody was trying to take something from you, and then perhaps, let's say you're in, maybe it's a court case, and you've thought, oh, you know, they're going to take everything and I don't have a chance, and then hang on, plot twist, you're actually awarded something more than what you thought. That kind of a thing. Maybe you were left out of a will, suddenly you're back in. Something like that could happen. You know, maybe a workplace, there was somebody that was blocking you getting your full payments, or some entitlements, and then this person's, you know, tripped up and the abundance comes. Gosh, Scorpio, your video stopped again just before I was about to pick up the card of protection. So we're calling in protection. We're going to do it again. We're going to be saging. It's just going to be one of those kooky, funny months. So, you know, I think I was just finishing off saying what I was talking about with the abundance and the 3 of Cups, and perhaps that you're going to have the abundance coming your way. And then I noticed that, it had stopped recording just on its own right as I was finishing. And I was saying, Scorpio, take a photo of this card. I'm watching the clock going, oh, I actually know that it's recording now, because this one's very important for us for this month, because when this card comes up, it means that, you know, you need to hear the message. And this one's one of the most important cards, I think, in this art through the Starstream Oracle deck. So we got card number 8, the Power of the Master, call in protection. And this card, each one of these oracle cards has a year, a significant year that's related to the image or to the card. And the year for this one is 1992. So that could have some significance to you that year, or think about what was going on in that year. Not sure if you're born in that year, but if not, it could be something that was happening around that time. We could be back to a cycle to do with that. The expanded meaning is
When you vibrate at the frequency of love, no negative energies can touch you because their frequency will not resonate with yours. There is nothing stronger in the universe than the power of love. Sometimes we need to be reminded of this when our world becomes overwhelming or frightening. Turn off the news. Stop listening to disinformation and align yourself with love and positive energy. Spend time appreciating the wonders of nature. Create something of beauty. Attune with a child, a pet, or wild animal. All these things will lift your spirit once again to the level of the masters. They will help you when invoked and remind you of your own self-mastery. It is then that you will go forward assured, knowing evil cannot harm you. Very important for us for this month, even with the Gremlins on the channel. So, the interesting thing there too is the wild animals. Straight as soon as I said that, I got that wolf again coming into my mind's eye from the crystal ball. So that wolf spirit guide will be a message that we need to look up as well. What's the spirit animal message of a wolf for Scorpios? It'll be significant for the month of November. The next one that popped up, because a few flew out with this card, so I thought I'll just take the shorter messages from it because it goes in a sequence. So I got card number 18, Angel of Chalice Well. Speak your truth, express yourself. Beautiful card. And then we got card number 25, the Return of Vlasta. Take a stand. And I thought these go together, so I kept them because there could be lucky numbers, 8, 18, and 25, or numbers of significance. But also I felt with that little energy where you've got this 7 of Swords, perhaps something blocking your abundance. I thought if it is, a workplace or something that's owed to you, maybe a court case, perhaps a will, something you're contesting, or somebody where you need to speak up. First of all, call in your protection, then speak your truth and express yourself. Take the stand, make sure that you do it and you put in your, ask for what, you're owed because, Scorpio, we're not to be walked all over. So take a stand, be strong, know that you're worth what you've earned or what you're asking for. And I really do believe that this abundance is going to come through for you because it's all over the cards here. The victory and abundance is ultimately there with the 10 of Pentacles. So it's all there for us, Scorpio. It's a great month of November. We're at the, start of our cycle because, this is the death and rebirth of Scorpio. So we've had the deaths and we're going into the rebirth of the new season, the start of our Scorpio season cycle. So it's wonderful to start new projects, to ask for what and to have the abundance coming in, get going on your projects. You're doing really well with all of that, with all of your hard work. It's going to start paying off. Feeling very positive about it all, Scorpio. So, thanks for subscribing to my channel as well. I'm really enjoying the support that I'm getting. It's encouraging me to bring out some more content. I've got the mid-monthlies that I do as well, and sometimes some daily content that pops up on my Instagram. So yeah, please go over and follow me on that as well. And yeah, of course, more subscribers help me to as well be able to in the future go live as well, which would be nice because then I can interact with my audience. So yeah, loving your support, Scorpio. And of course, you're my fellow Scorpios as well. So, we have that in common. I'm my 5-planet stellium Scorpio, so I've got it in lots of houses. So thanks for listening in. Have a great month of November. I'll see you throughout the month. And yeah, really enjoy your birthday season, Scorpio. Happy Halloween if it's what you celebrate, get dressed up. Can't believe that we've gone into Halloween and I've had a few little hiccups on my videos so far. It's been quite fun. So stay safe, Scorpio, and have a lovely time, and I'll speak to you again soon. Thanks for watching.